What's good, everybody? Welcome back to In Tunes, and today we'll be talking about this amazing graphic novel of Batman Overdrive. This book is amazing. We'll get into this book. We'll get into pretty much the plot of it, the characters in it, and a little review of how I think this book is amazing for those who are just starting to learn how to read on their own and want to pick up something that's amazing. I do have two more graphic novels, three, but I haven't read the fourth one out of all four. So without further ado, let's get into that. Driven to solve the mystery of his parents' murders, teenage loner Bruce Wayne hones his detective and combat skills as he scours the underbelly of Gotham. Feeling somehow responsible for their deaths, Bruce is determined to find out who was really behind this crime in order to absolve himself of the guilt he feels. As part of his crusade and in tribute to his loving father, Bruce decides to rebuild his dad's first car. But Bruce quickly discovers that he can't do this alone, and it forces him to open himself up to new friendships and challenges, untimely leading him to what he desires most: freedom. This was written by Chi Fortana, and the artist in this book is Marcelo Di Chara. I'm sorry if I pronounced those names wrong. So in the beginning of this book, he pretty much finds himself, we find ourselves him talking about how many weeks he has until his 16th birthday and how he really wants to contribute back to the city like his parents did before their untimely death. And pretty much Bruce is fighting, he's in practice, he's in school, karate class or martial arts class, learning how to, pretty much defend himself, but we all secretly know he's going to eventually turn into Batman, so he's learning how to fight. So he's fighting a Falcone, the teenage Falcone, not the, the big, not the, you'll see when you read the book, it's the son, not the father. Anyway, so he's fighting, and he's fighting him, and he gets his butt whooped. He pretty much is mopping the floor of our young Bruce Wayne, and it's pretty sad, But after that, he runs into another set of class coming in, which is, Selena Kyle. She's with the younger version of the Batman's female enemies, Shiva, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, and I think Poison Ivy is also in this book. Now, obviously, Poison Ivy doesn't look like what Poison Ivy should be looking like, but she, nonetheless, is pretty much in the book. It's a great book. Then we learn later on that he wants to fix his dad's car, so he needs certain parts. They don't make these parts like that in America no more. So he finds his junkyard where he meets up with this cool cat, who will remind you of Lucius Fox, but it's not Lucius Fox. His name is Diaz. Meadow Diaz, Mateo, Meadow, I think, Diaz, but that's his last name, and he somewhat becomes like his little sidekick. I have pictures showing you what I'm talking about, and then pretty much the whole story is Bruce finding himself, slowly opening up himself to others, because, you lose your parents at a certain age, you're about to turn a certain age, and you're about to come into all this responsibility, all this money, all this, just a lot of things. And so for his 16th birthday, he was like, I want to work on this car. And I guess growing up, he is not teenage wise, he's, I feel as though a little disrespectful to Alfred, but I mean, he's still growing. He lost his parents, so he's still grieving off that. He thinks it's his fault. Alfred offers his help multiple times, and Bruce is like, I got it, Alfred. You don't have to worry about this. Pretty much shoving him off. And I guess from the point of view, because I've been reading comic books since 2016, and the Alfred and Bruce Wayne relationship that I've known has always been from the TV shows, and then recently me reading the comic books, you see this kind of relationship that they have. So that when I was reading this, I was like, this don't feel like the relationship I think they should have. But it makes sense. He is a teenager, and teenagers have their own, how they feel about certain things. And, he just wants to get, he's just driven to get stuff done. Eventually finds some things out in the middle of the book, some bad things going on. He's finding more and more information about what probably happened to his parents and who he thinks is behind it, which is Falcone. And so he's like, okay, I know Falcone has to be behind it, but he always gets away. Like there's always, Falcone always has men to take the drop for him, and Falcone gets away scot-free. So he's like, I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna get the real evidence, and I'm gonna put this man behind bars. And there's a point in time where he thinks Alfred might have worked with Falcone. He's a little suspicious, but I'm not gonna ruin that for you. I definitely want you guys to pick up this book, Batman Overdrive. I'm trying to keep my comic book reviews short, because I know that you guys most likely want to see me unboxing like Funko Pops or action figures, whatever I get. So, not too much on this. I don't want to spoil it. The back of the book, pretty much, I read that, and it gives you a good idea of what's going to happen in this book. The artwork in here is amazing. It's just cool. It's funny moments in here. If you're an adult or if you're like an older teenager and you're reading this, you think this is for little kids. The price for this book in America, it's $9.99. In Canada, though, it's $13.50. So depending on where you live, it's cheap. In America, it's a little expensive in Canada, but I guess if you're a Canada native, then that's not really a bad pricing. But without that further ado, you guys continue to be safe. As always, there's 2 more books I have to do, or 3, but like I said earlier, I haven't read that book yet. And if you're watching this, you're like, well, he's wearing a white shirt, but his hair doesn't look as nappy. Something has happened in between the time of me recording this, so I'm gonna do this video, edit it, and I got another video I want to definitely show you guys. Without that further ado, though, continue to be safe, continue to wash your hands. Please don't go out there looting. If you want to protest safely, or just don't go out there and get hurt. Stay safe, you guys, please. I've been Kev, you've been you, and always let's stay in tune.